Damon McCready, or Big Daddy's death hit his daughter Mindy, or Hit Girl, hard. The two had teamed up with Dave Lazowski, aka Kickass, in defeating crime lord Frank D'Amico. The mission was successful, but Damon passed on, leaving Mindy under the care of his former NYPD partner Marcus Williams. 4 years later, Mindy keeps up her vigilantism, although she feels lonely. Meanwhile, Dave had given up being Kickass as it was too dangerous. However, he finds himself so bored that he asks for Mindy's help. He wants to be her sidekick, and she agrees. Over the next few weeks, Mindy trains Dave, and soon she puts him up for a field test. Dave dresses up like a rich kid and lures some thugs into an alley. Dave beats them up, but the 4 men easily overpower him. Luckily, Hit Girl intervenes, and Dave watches in awe as she properly deals with the thugs. The chaos brings the police to the area, so Hit Girl flees while Dave is left behind to explain what happened. Elsewhere, Marcus gets notified of the street fight and calls Mindy. She says she was sent home for being sick. It's a rush to see who gets home first between Marcus and Mindy. Marcus finds Mindy in bed, but he realizes she's back to her old ways when he sees blood on her neck. Marcus reminds Mindy that Damon had left him in charge, so she has to do as he instructs her. He wants Mindy to enjoy her youth since her father had stolen her childhood. Furthermore, she has 4 years to figure out who she wants to be. Mindy promises to stay out of trouble. The following day, Dave is surprised when Mindy doesn't show up to skip class as usual. He approaches her, but she ends their superhero team-up, claiming she always keeps her word. This altercation causes people, including Dave's girlfriend Katie Domer, to assume he has a relationship with a minor. Dave's best friends, Todd and Marty, are delighted when Katie slaps Dave. Hurt by Mindy's decision to quit, Dave decides to get another partner. Kickass finds a guy called Dr. Gravity. He takes Kickass to a meeting where other superheroes converge. The leader is Sal, or Colonel Stars, a former hitman turned born-again Christian. Everyone has a story that motivated them into being superheroes. Dave recognizes his friend Marty, or Battle Guy, and calls him out on his fake parents' murder story. Stars asks Dave to join the group, seeing that his superhero persona is the main reason many people have become superheroes. Dave accepts and starts a relationship with another superhero called Night Bitch. The group Justice Forever's first mission is to stop a thug who dabbles in human trafficking and prostitution. Kickass, Night Bitch, Battle Guy, Colonel Stars, and his dog come through. Everyone is awestruck by Stars' combat skills as he single-handedly beats up several thugs to get to the trafficker. The group rescues several women, and Night Bitch gives them the thugs money to start afresh. News of the trafficker travels far and wide, and more superheroes join Kickass's team. Meanwhile, Chris D'Amico, or Red Mist, is still furious at Kickass for killing his father. His mother keeps him confined in the house, much to his annoyance. One day, he accidentally executes his mother by hitting her tanning bed, causing it to short-circuit. Chris adopts a supervillain named the Motherfucker, wearing his mother's bondage costume. Chris wants to learn how to fight, but is badly beaten, so he decides to hire assassins to fight for him instead. Chris is summoned by his uncle, who advises him to make something better for himself. However, Chris refuses, so the uncle orders his guards to execute Chris's trustee, Javier, while Chris listens. This proves to be the stepping stone Chris needs to be a cold-blooded villain. He builds a secret lair with a large fish tank and a shark inside. He calls his assassin team the Toxic Mega Cunts and gives his assassins offensive names. More members join Justice Forever, so Dave and Marty invite Todd. Unfortunately, the two make fun of Todd's superhero nickname, Ass Kicker, causing him to leave angrily. Dave really wants Mindy to be part of Justice Forever, but she has important issues to deal with. Despite her refusal, Dave updates her on the team's missions. Mindy attends a slumber party held by a popular girl called Brooke and her minions. However, Brooke is threatened when Mindy outshines her in dance class. Dave approaches Mindy, asking her to remember who she is. However, Mindy asks a football player, Simon, to go on a date. Later, Simon picks up Mindy and takes her to a deserted clearing in the woods, saying there's a keg party. Unfortunately, Brooke and the other popular kids reveal this to be a ditch date, where people take victims into abandoned places and leave them there. Mindy is so humiliated that she goes to see Dave. Dave urges her to pay the girls back. So the following day, Mindy shows up dressed like Brooke. She goes to Brooke's table and touches the girl with a sick stick, a device designed to make people projectile vomit and diarrhea instantly. Dave's father finds the Kickass costume. He scolds his son for engaging in such risky business, but Dave says he doesn't want to live a miserable life like his father and walks out. Sal is at his house when the motherfucker and his villains attack him. They decapitate him and then go to Nightbitch's house. The motherfucker wants to molest her, but settles for beating her up when his manhood fails. Outside, Mother Russia eliminates 10 police officers. These events cause the police to rain down hard on anyone who wears a costume, villain or superhero. The police come to Dave's house too. Dave is returning home when he finds the police arresting his father. He learns that his father had claimed to be Kickass to save his son. Dave calls Mindy for help, but she hangs up as she's grounded and suspended for the vomit incident. Dave visits his father and the latter makes him promise never to wear the suit again. A while later, Dave enters his house with Marty and receives a picture message from Chris. He opens it and falls to the ground crying. Marty sees the picture and learns that Chris had gruesomely executed Dave's father. Chris had learned of Kickass's arrest, but he knows it's a sham as he interacted with Kickass and knows they're the same age. Todd, who has joined the group, naively shares Kickass's real identity. The other superheroes, including Gravity, approach Dave. They're sorry for his loss, but they can't intervene as they were let out on parole. During the funeral, Dave is filled with guilt over the last conversation he had with his father. Therefore, he decides to keep his promise to quit being a superhero. After the funeral, Mindy apologizes for not helping Dave, but he says he's forgiven her. Suddenly, Mindy sees a coffin open and out jump 3 villains. They retrieve guns from the coffin and start shooting at the police officers who are covering the funeral. In the process, Dave is captured and thrown into a truck. Mindy jumps on top of the truck and starts taking out the villains one after the other. She manages to take a hostage and free Dave. The two interrogate the hostage at Chris's location, threatening to feed him his manhood, so he spills everything. Mindy calls Marcus, explaining that she doesn't have to spend 4 years in high school figuring out who she is, as she already knows. Dave posts the motherfucker's location on a website, asking all superheroes to help. He's a little reluctant, but Mindy reminds him that being a superhero means losing people you love so you can defend people in need. Chris has assembled a lot of villains in his lair. The bombs are ready and he wants his team to rampage the town. Suddenly, Kickass and Hit Girl enter the arena. They've brought reinforcements and Kickass is wearing Big Daddy's uniform on top of his suit. Kickass promises revenge for his father's death and punches the motherfucker. Meanwhile, Hit Girl goes toe-to-toe with Mother Russia while the other villains and superheroes fight. Todd helps Marty, causing the latter to call him Ass Kicker as he joins the heroes. Kickass continues fighting with the motherfucker even though various villains keep attacking him. The motherfucker runs away and Kickass follows him, only to be ambushed and hit on the head. Both Kickass and Hit Girl are close to dying. Hit Girl retrieves a needle and Mother Russia injects her with it, presuming it's poison. Hit Girl's eyes close, but she wakes a few minutes later, revealing the needle contains adrenaline. She quickly overpowers Mother Russia, eliminating her with 1,000 cuts. Kickass also gets the upper hand and starts beating up the motherfucker. The glass below motherfucker's feet falls and Kickass holds his hand. He tells Chris to give it up as this is real life, not a comic story. However, the motherfucker wants to die and be reincarnated like an evil Jesus, so he shakes, loosening Kickass's hold and plummets to the ground below. Luckily, he lands in his water tank and celebrates being alive. Unfortunately, the shark devours him. Following this, the superheroes rush to the roof to avoid arrest by the police. Later, Mindy bids farewell to Dave as she knows she'll be arrested for murder. She kisses him goodbye, but encourages him to keep fighting as the citizens need his help. Seeing Mindy leave makes Dave determined to be a better superhero, and he starts training aggressively. The Justice Forever members take a break, opting to help people ordinarily. Dr. Gravity runs after a thief who steals a woman's purse. In the post-credit scene, Chris is shown to have survived the shark attack. Do leave a comment telling us your favorite part of the movie. Hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next recap. Until next time folks, take care and goodbye.